So I joined a Cobblemon server and I gave myself a few challenges to complete within 100 days. My main challenge was to catch every Pokemon from generations 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the server. This did not include legendaries because that would be way too unrealistic, and also not every Pokemon was actually in the mod yet, but there were still over 400 to try and get. Then I had a few side quests. I wanted to catch a shiny Pokemon, catch a legendary Pokemon, and also win a gym battle against one of the server's gym leaders. And that server, as well as this video's sponsor, is play.pokehub.org, and I'd be playing on their Dusk Realm. This server has a super active player base, tournaments and competitions that have real cash prizes, and the server updates and adds new content like every month. If you want to join, I will leave a link to the server's mod pack and a YouTube tutorial for how to install it in the description. And yeah, let's get to it. On day 1, I joined the server and I was able to choose a starter Pokemon from any generation. I chose Piplup because I need it for my goal, and I also like it a lot. It also did a little emote thing whenever I sent it out of the ball because this mod is cool. Like, look how charming this mod is, dude. I'm like really into Pokemon, okay? And obviously Minecraft is what I do for a job, and just seeing them both combined so well was so exciting for me. But anyways, in my inventory I had some stuff like some Pokeballs and some rare candies. Rare candies, if you don't know, can be used to level up Pokemon, so I figured I was gonna save those for later for whenever I have something higher level to use it on. And speaking of that, I saw this daily spin NPC and I went up and I used them and they gave me a XP candy, which I was also gonna save. I'm also just now remembering this daily spin NPC was even a thing. I never went back and used that, so that's cool. After I looked around the spawn a little bit more, I used the RTP command to teleport randomly into the world of Pokemon. First and foremost, I wanted to find a spot to set up my base. Before starting this challenge, I did a bit of research on where legendary Pokemon spawn, and I learned that I kinda wanted to live in like a Sunflower Plains biome. Basically, I just had a bunch of overlap for legendaries that I wanted to get. But immediately I realized that the biomes on the server are not vanilla, so that wasn't really gonna be easy to find. It didn't stop me though, I still tried to find one. Along the way, I was grabbing these apricorns from trees, which are materials used to make Pokeballs later. Then that night, I found an unlooted village on a public server with a decent player base, a completely unlooted village. The only good thing I found there was a link cable, which is just used to evolve certain Pokemon later, but the fact that I could even find an unlooted structure on this server is insane. Day 2, I found another untouched village in a plains. It wasn't a Sunflower Plains, so I kept looking a little bit longer, and then I found the perfect spot. A Sunflower Plains in general was not actually required. Basically, I needed a flower biome that was overlapping a plains in some way, and I found this amazing Cherry Grove mountain surrounded in plains, which would work perfectly. I started planting some bamboo around it because I wanted to kind of create a little bamboo forest thing surrounding the area where my house would eventually be. I then claimed a huge area and spent that night flattening it a bit with some dirt that I bought with money from the store. In hindsight, not the best use of my funds, I gotta say. After that bad financial decision, I just set up some chests and stored my things. And then day 3 started off with just the sound of a god itself coming down from the sky or something. A very loud explosion. What just happened? Straight up, what was that? Apparently, that is the sound that plays when a legendary spawns on the server, which, you know, good to know. And this was sort of a reminder, right? If a legendary did spawn, I would have been completely powerless to actually catch it. I had no levels, no good Pokeballs, I could not have done anything. I had to get moving and quickly. First though, it seemed that somebody gifted me a Dreepy, and I don't take handouts around here, okay? Gone. That Pokemon was not actually needed for the challenge anyways though, so it's fine. Okay, now before I go off and start catching stuff, there was this thing that kept popping up on my screen all throughout day 1 and part of day 2 where I can claim a Shadow Legendary after 30 minutes online, and I was kind of iffy about it because I don't really want to just, you know, get a Legendary and start using that, but I figured if I don't use it on my team, it's probably fine, right? So I used the command and I got a Shadow Articuno. Hey, this is so sick. You're pretty cool. I wish it wasn't raining right now, but you're pretty cool. It'll live safely in the PC box. Alright, now it's time to really move and start catching some Pokemon. Nearby, I found a level 13 Vulpix and decided that it was going to be my first catch. I battled it with Piplup and I hit it with 2 water guns, and also, look at this, you can walk around in battle in this mod. Isn't that just awesome? That's just so cool. Anyways, after weakening it, I threw a Pokeball, which it broke out of, so I upped it to a Great Ball, and I caught my second Pokemon, a Vulpix. But having 2 out of a couple hundred is not great progress, so I really had to pick up the pace. I tried to use the very high level strategy of throw Pokeball out of battle, then run away and hope it catches, and I used a lot of Pokeballs and Great Balls doing that, and it did not work a single time. I kind of assumed that if you didn't battle them, you had a much lower chance to catch. And sure enough, just by starting the battle before throwing the Pokeball, I was able to catch a Seedot, Sentret, Tailo, and Natu. bringing me up to 6. And when I was catching the Natu, I saw this weird ore in the background, which turned out to be a sunstone, which I can use to evolve certain things later. Then I spotted a very good Pokemon, a Heracross, just chilling on some bamboo. I figured if I could catch that, it would help me battle other stuff afterwards, making those easier to catch as well, so I had to try. Let's go. Oh, level 20. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. I added that thing to the party instantly. Also, I guess I had to find a way to heal my Pokemon. So I checked the server shop and saw that I could buy a healer. It cost a lot of my money, but I mean, it was more worthwhile than dirt. So I bought one for my base. Whenever you first place down a healer, it has to charge up. I guess so you can't just carry one around with you and heal your Pokemon wherever you go. So while I was waiting for that, I caught a Hoot-Hoot, Rattata, and Caterpie. Once it was charged, I healed, and then I realized I could actually evolve some of the Pokemon that I just caught. So I finished off night 3 by evolving Hoot-Hoot into Noctowl, and then Caterpie into Metapod, and then Metapod into Butterfree. Also, for my challenge of getting them all, I just had to have them at some point, so I don't have to go back and get another Caterpie or Metapod or anything. On day 4, I realized that my Piplup was gonna fall behind on levels if it can't gain XP from catches, so I used that XP candy that I got, and wow, it is level 33 now. It learned tons of moves too, but before checking those out, I evolved it into a Prinplup. I then spent a bit going through all my movesets and fixing them. My Butterfree was able to learn Sleep Powder, and because it has the Compound Eyes ability to help it pretty much never miss, that'd be really helpful for catching Pokemon, because if you don't know, whenever they're asleep, they're a lot easier to catch. I was deciding what to do next when I saw that somebody put a shiny Swellow in the Wonder Trade pool. Now, Wonder Trade is awesome. Basically, you could trade one of your Pokemon for a random Pokemon in the Wonder Trade pool. It has a cooldown, so you can't just spam it, but you can still get some pretty cool stuff, like potentially a shiny Swellow. I wanted to at least try and get it, but the issue was I needed all of my Pokemon for either their evolutions or for their movesets. So I went to a Plains and I caught a random Linoon that I found, which can't evolve, so I just went ahead and I Wonder Traded it away. And got a Drifloon. A Drifloon, I needed that. I did need that. That is number, I don't remember. Not the worst, it was at least something that I didn't have yet. Alright, next I wanted to work on getting a food source going. Buying food from the server shop was very expensive, and I wanted to maybe save some money to buy some Pokemon or something later. There were a few cows nearby, so I bought some wheat to try and lead them over to a fenced in area, and they were not following it at all. So, okay, plan B, I bought materials for a lead and tried to lead them, and they really weren't listening to those either, but they did eventually. So I got them into my area, and I also fully blocked them in because I wasn't sure if other players can just come in and kill them or something. So yeah, with those cows in place, I now wanted to get some farming stuff going. I would need a wheat farm to actually breed the cows, and also some apricorn trees to get some more Pokeballs. There were a few kinds of Pokeballs that I knew were way better than the rest for catching tons of Pokemon, and the one that I wanted to focus on is Quick Balls. They had a 5 times catch rate on the first turn of battle, allowing me to get tons of Pokemon in just one ball. They would need yellow and blue apricorns. To get the seeds for your own apricorn trees, you had to harvest apricorns themselves and get lucky. I already had 4 blue seeds that I got earlier, so now I just needed some yellow ones and I can get that going. But first, to get the wheat farm made, I would need some iron for a bucket, so I went to go on a little bit of a mining trip. And after getting about 20 iron, I was about to go back to the surface when I discovered this just crazy underground mining base house camp thing. It had barrels just absolutely loaded with iron, gold, some diamonds even. There were some enchanted pickaxes and stuff too, but they weren't very good, but they were also there. Needless to say, I got plenty of ores from this trip, so I just went back home and started smelting. Day 6, I went ahead and set up the basic wheat farm, but I kind of felt like with server lag and everything, the cow farm was just gonna not really be the best source of food, but I mean, it was worth trying, right? I saw in the chat that there was a race to enchant a gold shovel, and I mean, I had 2 diamonds, right? So I went ahead and bought some obsidian, and I did that, and I got $3,000 in some Pokeballs. Not the greatest rewards, but money is nice for getting some basic stuff that I need, like blocks. Okay, now that the wheat farm was going, I wanted to work on the apricorns. I currently had a green and blue apricorn seeds, and if I were to get ones for yellow and black, I could basically have an infinite supply of quick balls, ultra balls, and a few other ones that are worse, but still pretty useful. So that was the goal. I quickly claimed an area and planted the seeds that I already had, and then I spent a ton of money on restocking food, and then I headed out to find the rest of my apricorn seeds. Immediately, I got 2 yellow apricorn seeds in the swamp near my base, and then I came across a village with tons of wheat for me to steal, basically making the farm that I just made pointless, because I'm never going to need that much, but Sure. On day 7, I found some black apricorns and I got the sprout and I just teleported home. I bred my cows, planted the apricorns, and now I was more or less set up for the future. But for the present, I had the resources to make 44 quick balls already. I also made 4 friend balls. Basically, some Pokemon would need a high friendship stat to evolve, and if I caught them in the friend ball, they would just start like halfway there. Okay, now that I was stocked up on Pokeballs, it was time to actually start catching a ton of stuff. And my strategy for how I was going to handle this was starter Pokemon. Starters are incredibly rare spawns, and therefore I would have to spend a lot of time where they spawn to get them. So I would pick a starter Pokemon, find out which biome it spawns in, and then while I was looking for it, I would catch everything else that I could find in that area. This would allow me to hyper-focus the rare Pokemon while also knocking out tons of common spawns all at once. And the first starter that I would go for would be Charmander, which spawns in volcanic or hilly biomes. But before heading out, I saw an entire golem near my base. This was a fully evolved Pokemon, and it was also a rock type which resists fire, and if I'm going to go hunting in a volcanic biome, that seems pretty useful. I started battle, and with just one quick ball, it was caught. And that was enough proof that quick balls did in fact work, in my opinion. I asked in chat, and turns out there was a player warp for a volcanic biome, so I headed there, and I went down the waterfall, and I got to hunting. Immediately I found a Torkoal in a boat, and I caught that. Also, a good time to explain boating, I guess. There were a lot of players on the server all looking for different Pokemon, and if a rare one spawned near them that they don't actually need, they would just put it in a boat, and then if another person needs it later, they can come by and catch it. Also, I don't know if I explain this again later or not, but if I do, then you get to hear it twice. My bad. But yeah, next I caught a Geodude, and then I evolved it into a Graveler, and then I Wonder Traded it away for a Mimikyu, which is not Gen 1 through 4, so it doesn't count. With Wonder Trade now on cooldown, I just focused on catching everything else that I saw. Sandslash, Numel, Cubone, Baneri, and then a rare spawn Gibble. It was very hard to catch. Took tons of balls, but I got it in a Great Ball. That Pokemon is awesome. I added it to the team immediately and I evolved it into a Gabite. Then at the very end of night 8, I got a Magby and then started day 9 catching a Krabby, Makuhita, and Phanpy. I explored this massive biome for a while more and I got a Mankey and then I got a Cacnea. I may be one of the few people on this world to love Cacnea, but I love this Pokemon, okay? I would probably add it to the team later, but for now I really wanted this Charmander. I gave in and started using these spawn platforms. To me, it felt a little bit less cool than just exploring the biome to find the Pokemon you wanted, but I had to catch a lot of things over the next 91 days, and if I had to cut some corners to do so, I will do it. As soon as I got up there, I got a Teddiursa, and then at another one, I got a Swablu. And at this point, it seemed like I had most of the spawns in this biome, at least the ones that counted towards my goal. It also seemed like Pokemon would not be despawning on their own. So I had to start taking them out. It did give me some levels though, which is good. But what is not good is that it started raining. Charmander cannot spawn in the rain, meaning I had to leave. However, I did check the wiki and it turns out that it can also spawn in basalt deltas in the nether. I wasn't sure if it was rare or not, but I decided to head there and give it a try. Immediately, I caught a Ghastly and a Houndour. Then I saw the Slugma in the lava, which there were actually quite a few of them, and I actually managed to catch it outside of battle. I was clearing wild Pokemon when my Prinplup reached level 36, letting it evolve into Empoleon. My starter finally fully evolved, allowing me to deal with all the wild fire types a lot faster. I ran around finding absolutely nothing for a while, except for a rare zombie piglet and hostile mob spawn, I guess. But I did get a Gligar towards the end of day 10. Day 11, you know, I was being a little bit social, as I am very good at, obviously. And I was blessed with a gift from one of the server's players. Did they give me a shiny or what? Let's go! Yo. Guy in the chat was like, hey, if someone guesses my favorite Pokemon game, I'll give you a shiny Pokemon. And I'm not taking handouts, right? I'm not taking handouts. I'm not. But I was like, everyone was guessing all these wrong games, right? Everyone's like Leaf Green or I can't scroll up far enough, but they were all just like guessing the worst possible options, okay? Okay, so one handout is fine. It wasn't gonna count as like a shiny towards the shiny side quest or anything, but I mean, I can't say no to a Quilava, right? And I would count it for the Pokedex too, sure, why not? I still had to get a Cyndaquil anyways, so it doesn't really change much. Day 12, I went back to the volcanic biome because the nether was too enclosed for me, and also the Slugma and the lava were really annoying. I couldn't reach them, and they were taking up all the spawns, and I couldn't battle them to get rid of them. But later on day 12, I was informed of the actual best way to reset spawns spawns. I went home, I enchanted an iron sword with sharpness 1, and I did what had to be done. I eventually realized the axe was better, at least until I get like a sharpness 4 diamond sword, but this was so efficient, it was crazy. Day 13, I just cleared Pokemon after Pokemon, and I got a snow runt. An ice type is not really what I expected, but I mean, I'll take it. Then I got a very rare spawn, a Magmortar, which is not the easiest to catch. It was really annoying, but I somehow managed. After catching that, I took a quick break to go to spawn and claim these playtime rewards. I got a bunch of Pokeballs and a bit of money. And a voting key, which I opened, and it got me a bunch of XP candies that I can use later. Back home, I spent a ton of money and XP on a diamond axe, and I got sharpness 1. This would make it so I could one-shot even the fully evolved Pokemon, and then make the whole process a lot faster. Okay, now, since my goal was Charmander at the time, I went back to the Nether. The reason is, the way spawns work is that if an ultra rare Pokemon spawns, which is what Charmander is classified as, it would only be a 12% chance to be Charmander at the volcano. But in the Nether, it was a 90% chance to be Charmander and a 10% chance to be either Charmeleon or Charizard. So yeah, if an ultra rare spawned in the Nether, which by the way is like a 0.1% chance, it would pretty much always be Charmander. And yeah, with my new diamond axe, I went back to the Nether and I showed those Pokemon what a real battle is like. The first new Pokemon that I caught here was an Onix, which looks incredible by the way. It was my first time seeing it and it looks really cool. Later into the day, I was trying to figure out how to make this better, and I saw that there were some player XP warps. I went around to some of the player-made shops and I bought an infinity book and enough diamonds for a pickaxe. I used this Blaze XP farm to enchant a god pickaxe and a power 4 infinity bow. The bow would help a ton because of these slugma that spawn in the lava and take up all the spawns, and I could use the pickaxe to gather basalt and expand the platform. So yeah, I went back to the Nether, did all of that, and then I just did a quick wonder trade for a Weedle, and then I cleared Pokemon after Pokemon after Pokemon for literal hours until finally. Are you kidding me? Okay. Oh my god, that scared me. Dude, I thought it was a Charmander. It's a shiny. I'm so sad. Okay. I'm gonna catch it. I have to catch it. It's a shiny. That was one of my mini side quests. It was a side quest. Let's go, dude. Let's go, dude. Oh my shiny. Let's go. That's a sound effect. Oh, yo. I actually got a shiny before a Charmander. The shiny side quest was done though, which was awesome. But like, I know that I was just unlucky, but Charmander, I was going for it on day 8 and now it was day 19 and my progress was at a complete standstill for most of that. This was honestly demotivating. I was really close to giving up here and just changing my goal to something easier. But I really wanted to catch these Pokemon, and after a bit of research, I knew that I just had to revise my strategy. I came to realize that what you can't do with luck, you could do with money. This server has a whole economy, including a GTS shop that players sold rare Pokemon in all the time. To get the money to afford those Pokemon, I could do a few things, like quests that required me to break blocks or craft certain items, or hunts that rewarded me for catching a certain species of Pokemon. Some of those quests would even reward me with a random Pokemon that could be one of the rare ones that I would need. So that was the plan. I was going to work on some quests, but before starting those, I actually wanted to set up my team with the Pokemon that I caught and also check my progress by evolving all of them. Real quick, I did a wonder trade and got a Pokemon that was not required for my goal, and then I started evolving everything that I had that was already high enough level. Cacnea into Cacturn, Krabby into Kingler, Cubone into Marowak, okay, there's a lot of these, okay, but I'm not gonna list them all, but I evolved everything that I had. And with all of them evolved, I quickly set up the team with the Pokemon that I wanted to use. It featured Empoleon, Shiny Quilava, Gabite, Cacturn, Butterfree, and a Gengar. I went ahead and used the candies that I had to level up my Quilava into a Typhlosion and my Gabite into a Garchomp. And then I leveled up the rest of the team to around level 35 or so they can at least be useful in battle. Day 20, it was time to get active and get some money. The first thing I could do for money was milestones. These were, to my understanding, meant to be like a tutorial for the server, which I guess I skipped. Oops. I did a bunch that were just teaching me the server's commands, and I got some Pokeballs and rare candies, and then I got to a real one. I had to catch 5 water, grass, and fire type Pokemon and defeat a wild Pokemon for $10,000. Now that I can do. I warped to a jungle where I caught a Bellsprout, and then I really couldn't find any other grass Pokemon that I needed for my goal, so I just caught some ones that I didn't need. Then for water, I got Psyduck, Magikarp, Slowpoke, Marill, and Buizel. For fire, I went to the Nether and I caught a Ponyta, Ponyta, and then a bunch of other stuff that I already caught. And apparently catching a Pokemon in battle counts as defeating it, meaning the milestone was done and I got my rewards. The next milestone just wanted me to do like evolving and leveling up and catching stuff, which I would be doing as I do other stuff anyways, so now I wanted to move on to quests. I looked through them, and to be honest, they're kind of just a lot of busy work. Break this block, place that block, craft this item, stuff like that. There was one little interesting mechanic where you had to have a certain quest level to actually accept higher level quests. And you get the quest levels by doing quests. So basically I had to start with quests that required level 0 and then work my way up, which wasn't really a big deal. It was just, you know, a kind of cool little thing. I completed a few and then realized that I would probably want some better tools for this, so I spent some time and money getting a good diamond axe and shovel and also a sword while I was there, because I would definitely need that for some future stuff. And then I spent days 22 to 25 just grinding these quests. I broke block after block after block, and then I just started doing crafting quests. Specifically the ones to craft these Cobblemon machines, because each of them would give me a random Pokemon. The healer required some stuff that I couldn't really figure out how to get, so I just made the PC and then I used the PC to make the pasture block. That's 2 quests done, and they rewarded me with a Gourgeist and an Obstagoon, neither of which I needed for my challenge. Oh, also the pasture block was awesome. I could just let any of my Pokemon roam free around my base. I put my Shadow Articuno, my Shiny Magmar, and my Donphan there just to show them off. Day 26, I had $52,000, which really is not a lot of money, and it was not enough to afford a ton of rare Pokemon, but I could afford some. I checked the GTS, and because it was like 2 a.m., there weren't a ton of listings, but I was able to buy a Ralts and an Absol. These were both rare spawns, and I figured they could be a pain later, and I wanted to at least feel like the questing did something. And I mean, the quests also got me tons of rare candies that I can use to level up for battles later. Or, right now, I guess.
Yo, okay. Oh, I was right in my script. Hold on. Emergency. Okay, a tier 3 boss just spawned on me. I was in the middle of writing. Oh, I might have found it. Hold on. Level 100, baby. We go level 100 right now. Hold on. Garchomp level 100. Go. Okay. Level 100 Pokemon. I don't care. I haven't really been battling anyways. It's fine. Moves. Earthquake. Do you have Earthquake? Earthquake. Wow, you got a lot. Wow, where did you learn all these moves? What game did you get all these moves in? Here we go. I'm gonna try it. Am I battling it? I'm battling it. Tier 3 Flaming Victini boss. What is this? I don't know what this is. I've never seen this before. I saw it in chat before, but I don't know what this is. Hydro Pump. It killed itself. I just leveled up my Pokemon. I just leveled up 2 Pokemon to 100. I just chucked 2 stacks of rare candies. And this thing used Final Gambit, which is a move that instantly kills your Pokemon and then does all of your HP and damage to the opponent. So it just killed itself. It's like 2 in the morning. I'm going to bed. Well, I guess I have level 100 Pokemon anyways now. I also learned something from doing that, where if the Pokemon reaches level 100, it will learn every move that it would have learned from like a TM or a move tutor in the normal Pokemon games, which are usually really hard to access. So that gave me way better movesets on those Pokemon. Okay, now it was time to focus on the hunts. They come in 4 difficulties: easy, medium, hard, and ultimate. These, I assumed, roughly correspond to the rarity of the Pokemon: common, uncommon, rare, and ultra rare. Charmander, being an ultra rare, would have been an ultimate hunt, meaning I definitely was never going to get one of those done, so instead I was going to focus on this Munchlax, a hard hunt. I did some research, and Munchlax would spawn in forest or hill type biomes. I made some more Pokeballs of various types, and then I headed for the forest. Of course, I also caught everything that I saw that I needed. I got a Shroomish, a Lopunny, Pidgey, Zigzagoon, Nuzleaf, and I was about to catch a Kricketune when, just off to the side, I saw my target. Munchlax! I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Leave me alone. Munchlax! Oh my, I found it. I actually found it. All right, Quick Ball. Typhlosion, why are you here? Come on. Just stay in the first one. Come on. All right, you know what? I have Heavy Balls. Look at this. I don't know where I got this thing. I have this Gigaton Ball. Oh yeah, this Lapras person gave it to me earlier. I remember that. Yeah. Go. Come on. Frick. Okay. Heavy Ball, go. Come on. Yeah? Yes? Oh, I threw another one on accident. I caught the Munchlax, and I got the hunt done, and I got Auroras for it. I don't
need that. That's not a Pokemon that I need. And I asked the people on the server, and it turns out the fossil Pokemon are actually pretty rare. So I listed the Aurorus and the GTS for around $30,000 to hopefully get some more money going. On day 28, I headed to this one player shop that I found and bought tons of Pokeballs that I wasn't able to craft myself. I got Jet Balls, which can be thrown farther away, and Level Balls, which make it easy to catch Pokemon that are lower level than my own. And because I had level 100s now, those seemed really good. Okay, now I really wanted to make just massive progress. Currently, I was 73 Pokemon towards my goal, I think. So I went through the entire Pokedex and counted, and in total, I would need all 412 non-legendary Gen 1 through 4 Pokemon that are currently in the mod to consider this challenge a success. Meaning my 73 was pathetic, especially when you consider the only ultra rare Pokemon that I have were starters that I didn't actually catch. So right now I wanted to get that number up as much as I could. My plan was this. I would pick one of the starter Pokemon or any other ultra rare spawn that I needed and go to where it spawned. Then I'd use the /check spawn command to see all the common, uncommon, and rare spawns and catch most or all of them that I needed for the challenge. There were technically some that were common or uncommon, but within the common or uncommon pool, they were like 0.2% chance, so I'm not gonna force those, but yeah. And if by the time I had most of the common, uncommon, and rare spawns, the ultra rare spawned, awesome. If not, I would move on and loop back around and try to buy or trade for it later. This plan genuinely seemed foolproof. I would also mix in the hunts whenever they were off cooldown to try and get some more money and rewards and stuff. So yeah, starting on day 29, I headed out to catch them all, starting in the jungle. Okay, this process was super long and there are way too many Pokemon to show every single one that I caught, but there are some highlights. After catching around 25 different Pokemon in the jungle and river biomes, I found this. Oh! Is that an ultra rare? That's an ultra rare. I was just walking around. I was just catching the thing. I was like almost done here. This thing has like there's like no actual spawns in this place that aren't ultra rare or just really hard to find. But there's an Eevee. I mean, I'm gonna catch it. I think that's fine, right? Come on. Yes, okay. Cause yeah, on the server, people like boat Pokemon that are rare spawns, just so like if you know someone has a hunt for them, they can get the Pokemon that are in the boat because they don't despawn. Morally, I do not feel bad about taking this Eevee. It's a rare spawn. I need the rare spawn. I need it. Come on. Come on. Yeah? Let's go. Let's go. I got an Eevee. Oh, let's go. Then after 18 more from lush caves and a mansion, I got a crazy wonder trade. Confirm. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's an ultra rare. Whoa. 31 Pokemon later, from an ocean in different kinds of forests, I got an actual ultra rare spawn. Yo, 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 yo. Whoa, whoa. I just logged in. Dude, that's ultra rare, right? Check spawn ultra rare. That's an ultra rare. That's so sick. That's the first one that actually spawned on me. Stay in. Oh, dude. What happened to me? The server crashed! I took a break at my base after that craziness, and my Wonder Trade luck proved to still be going pretty strong. After catching 15 more Pokemon from swamps into this urban area, which basically just means having concrete nearby, I got even more rare spawns. Yo! Okay. This is not what I'm here for a Happiny. But I mean, I'll take another Eevee. It's a third Eevee. Out of like 7/8 that I need. 1, 2, 3. Bang. Okay. Friend ball Eevee. Let's go. And then next, Shuppet. I'm just going to catch this real quick. And bang. Not even bad. Okay. 19 Pokemon from a plains and savannah later, I found something that I did not need, but could absolutely use. Whoa. That's wild. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Hold on, that's basically a legend. That's basically a legendary. That is basically a legendary Pokemon that is a, oh my god. That's a Paradox Pokemon. I mean, I don't need that. I need that actually. I need that Nidoran. But I'm gonna quick ball it because the ball doesn't matter because you can change it with tokens. It's a system on the server. So I'm just gonna quick ball and try and catch it. That's amazing. I thought it was like, I caught it. I actually caught it. With that insanely valuable spawn caught, I got 10 more Pokemon from all kinds of biomes, really, and then I got distracted by armor trims.
Oh! Smithing templates! Yeah, I'm just in the middle of like setting up some stuff because I don't know, I'm hunting Pokemon, I'm bored right now. I just had a sharp 5 to my sword, okay? But I found a shop with smithing templates and I really want that one. This one is custom to Cobblemon. I want this one. I'm gonna dupe this. So now I have 4. Custom armor trim for the mod. It's based off Golurk, the Pokemon. Oh, this is awesome. I'm dripped out now. Okay, I wanted to show off my drip. I'm gonna go back to catching Pokemon for the rest of my life. With my fashion upgraded, I headed back out and I only managed to catch a Togepi before I found an incredible ultra rare spawn. Oh! Oh, that's actually crazy. Wait, I actually got a starter on my own. No way. No way. Ah. I'll try and quick ball it. Stay in, please. Come on, first of all. Let's go, Totodile. Dude, I'm so lucky. I'm so lucky. 5 Pokemon later, I saw something in the GTS that I had to buy to cap off this adventure. 50K? I'm buying it. I just bought that. I just bought that. I just bought that. I just bought that. I just did. I just did. I just did. I just did. With that Meganium, my total was up to 203, I think. But that rare Slitherwing that I got, I asked around and I got some trade offers. Hold on, I might have a trade for my Slitherwing real quick. I'll take it. Holy Jesus! Why is Bulbasaur spelled wrong? Hold on, I could trade my Slitherwing for one of these. I got bang. Wait! Whoa! I'm gonna pay, what's this person's name? I'm gonna pay this person $50,000 in exchange for the star, because I don't want it to be free. I'm gonna go Chimchar. I'm gonna go Chimchar. Poke gift, Being Derm, 1. I sent them Slitherwing. And I got thanks, let's go. I just had a banger transaction. Okay, I just had a banger transaction. This is a shiny, by the way. This is a shiny Chimchar, by the way. I think they knew that. This is a shiny Chimchar, by the way. Now our progress felt way better. I was a little bit worried about the ultra rares, but with that exchange, I had a lot of the ones that I needed. Also, if you noticed my minimap having Pokemon icons in that clip, apparently that is a resource pack that is illegal on the server. It would help me not miss rare Pokemon that spawn outside my vision, and because I needed so many of those, this would be vital. But yeah, after that 21-day grind, I was up to 206 out of 412 Pokemon, exactly halfway to my goal. However, I wasn't actually done yet. I hadn't evolved any of the Pokemon that I caught. I may have caught some wild evolutions during the grind, sure, but a lot of the Pokemon that I caught still had evolutions that I needed, so I went through my entire PC of Pokemon and evolved every single one that I could. I used all my candies and evolution items and a bunch of money. With those evolutions, I was up to 282 Pokemon, and there were still a ton of things in the PC that I didn't have the resources to evolve yet. I got some vote party keys when I was doing that, because I guess enough people on the server voted or something, and I went to open them hoping for candies or something, but I got something way better. Give me a shiny. Dang it. Give me a shiny. A Pokemon. What did I get? Wait. That's crazy. I'm gonna evolve it right now. I'm gonna do it. I evolve it once into Grottle. Bang. And then I give it this cherry sapling. I can now evolve it into a special texture cherry tree Torterra. Okay, with that insane luck, I had 285 Pokemon. Now, that Torterra texture made me really want to get my house built, so I decided to get to work on it. I spent an entire day gathering materials, and then I started building. I used this really nice combination of deep slate tiles and bricks and some cherry wood and also some bamboo flooring. I went for a little bit of a Japanese style, and I think it looks like that, but regardless of what it actually looks like, I think this is one of the best houses I've ever built in Minecraft, and I was really hyped for it. Okay, and then right over here, I put in the Torterra. Well, get out of that. I like the front of it a lot. I think this looks great. You come in here, and boom. My stuff, bamboo floor. I like it a lot. I have windows made of trapdoors and never really do that. I think it's nice. I don't know if I like how the inside of the roof looks, but I don't look up, so it's fine. Yeah, so if you end up on the server and you want to build a house in your mind, use the /pwarp special command. I actually went back into the server after the 100 days and I added these pathways in a little spawn area. And I was thinking that if y'all join the server, you can connect your base to mine with these pathways that I made, and it would be really cool. And we have like a little city going. Yeah. Okay, with the house done, I wanted to try something that I discovered over the big 21-day catching spree. I learned of a feature on the server known as the resource world, which I guess might be a common thing on most servers, but I've never heard about it before. It was basically just an alternate world that got regenerated every month, so you can always explore to find stuff. And in Cobblemon, that includes ruins and dungeons that are home to fossils, which are generally pretty rare Pokemon like the Aurorus that I sold before. However, to actually explore that world and find ruins and stuff, I would need a mobility. And for that, I bought an Elytra on the GTS. I thought getting one was going to be way harder, but I mean, hey, I got it. I also bought some rockets from a player shop, and then I used this villager warp to get Unbreaking 3 and Mending on the Elytra. Then I made some brushes to uncover the fossils, headed to the resource world, and I flew off to look for ruins. Yo, I found one. This is one of the ruins. All right, give me a fossil. Come on. Cole? A fossil! Yo! But actually, oh shoot. That wasn't even the guaranteed one. Why is that in the chat? Don't tell people what I did. One fossil already, the armor fossil. And then I also caught a Stantler that I found nearby. Okay, for this challenge, I would need 7 different fossils, and I already had one, so I would need 6 more. I got one I didn't need, and then I checked the wiki and realized that none of the ice ruins can really have the ones that I actually needed. This spruce one could, though. Lead to some stuff. Here we go. Okay, I need to be careful, but I don't really know how to do these. Is that it? That's an ice stone. I'll take an ice stone. I don't actually need that, but sure. I'm terrified of breaking this gravel before I get the fossil. There it is, yeah. What is that? That's a big root, okay. Energy root, same thing. I don't know which fossil this tree is guaranteed, but it's guaranteed one of them. It's guaranteed, that's gold, that's not a fossil. Oh, no, that was, whoa, so, okay, I just talked over my own tongue, bro. Yo. Old Amber, that's two down. On night 60, I caught a Remoraid while looking for my next ruin, and then night 61, I managed to get the root fossil from this swamp thing, getting me to 3 of 7. On day 62, in a jungle, I found this big mud pit, and that let me get the skull fossil, 4 of 7. I also caught a Horsey looking for my next dig site. Day 63, I got a claw fossil from a ruin in an ocean, and then on day 64, I got a Slowking, which is not a fossil, but it's rare, and that means it's cool. By day 65, I had been here way too long, and I could not find my last 2. I finished off this final dig site that I found in a plains, and I got a bird fossil, which just was not one that I needed. I decided to give up for now, and I headed home and made the fossil analyzer. Then I made a data monitor, and the last block that I needed for the fossil reviving was a restoration tank, which needed a revive. Revives can be crafted, but you need an herb that you can only get in lush caves. But I did find a big lush cave earlier, so I headed back there and I was able to grab the herb. I smelted it, made the revive, made the tank, and I placed down all the machines for the fossil revival system. Then I just put one in and learned that it also needed 64 organic materials. I assumed that just meant anything that goes in the composter, and I was right. Leaves worked. This system looked awesome, but apparently it took like 12 minutes to revive, so I would just be doing this over time, I guess. While waiting on the first one, I checked some player shops and I found one that was selling one of the last fossils that I needed for $7,500. I bought it, but the shop was out of the dome fossil, which is the last one that I needed, so I would have to find another way to get that later. Day 66, while I was waiting for my fossil, I was back at my Charmander spot and I decided to do a quick wonder trade. Confirm. Oh, I got a shiny. Yeah, buddy. Not very useful for me, but I could maybe sell or trade it later. When I logged back in the next real life day, I was able to claim my Anorith. Then I started up the old Amber revival, and now I had some cool stuff to open. The server owner hooked me up with a few of the special crates and eggs that the server has, and they could reward me with really cool custom skins for Pokemon. Also, legendary Pokemon, shinies, all kinds of stuff. Now, the legendaries that I get from this would not count for my catch a legendary side quest, but any other Pokemon that I get that I didn't already have
have for my goal, I was iffy on it at first, but I figured that it was fair game. And when I said the owner hooked me up with a few crates, I did not realize that I would be getting 64 different things to open. And not only that, but some of the rewards from these crates could be more keys to open other crates afterwards, making it even more. Before I got into all of that, I did the voting thing that every Minecraft server has, and I opened some of the vote keys as a warm-up, and I got a little bit of money. Then I moved on to the real stuff. Firstly, these 5 overkill crates, which are apparently the best crates in the server. I opened them and they scrolled through all this stuff, and I ended up with 3 keys for random legendary Pokemon, 3 heaven eggs, which are where the special textures on the server come from, and also some tokens. I'm not going to get into it right now, but these tokens are very important later, so remember those. Next, I decided to get through these boxes that I had, and they gave me even more keys and eggs to open. I opened an uncommon one, and I rolled 2 random shinies, a Happiny and a Quillfish, a new Pokemon. Quillfish wasn't really that rare, I just hadn't spent a lot of time in oceans yet, but I'll still take it. Then this premium crate hit me with 4 random shinies, one of which was Porygon 2. I got shinies, okay. I got 4 shinies. Okay, Pidgeot, I didn't need. Porygon 2 is 291. I did need this, but I need Porygon anyways, so this does nothing for me. I might evolve this though and use it. Komodo and Hariyama, okay? Okay, now you kind of get the cycle, right? I open one crate and I get a key for a different one, and then I open that one and I maybe get a shiny legendary or 2 or 3 or... yeah. After a few, I did get a shiny Bastiodon, and then a few random legendary Pokemon later, I got a shiny Ivysaur. Both were bittersweet because they're evolved and I would still need their base form anyways. I got through all the boxes and other crates, and I had tons of random legendary Pokemon keys to open when I learned a speedrun tech. I could just use my key on the crate and then close the menu and get my legendary instantly. I wish I had the time to show every legendary that I got because these models are incredible, but we would be here all day. Also, remember how I had 64 things to open at the start? Well, after all those crates and legendaries and stuff, I was down to a measly 75. Yeah, it went up, but these are the good ones, the ones I actually cared about, these special textures. I started with the pyramid eggs and got all these incredible Egyptian-themed Pokemon designs. And like I mentioned before, I'm a huge Pokemon nerd, and seeing all these special textures and designs of all these Pokemon was just so fun. I love this stuff so much. Each and every one looked so good, and of course I did get some progress here, like this Anubis-styled Lucario. I kept going through and I got this crazy Metagross and all kinds of other stuff, and then I got this beautiful Pharaoh Blaziken and a Pyramid Raichu and Gliscor too. Then, from the last of my Pyramid eggs, I got my absolute favorite one that I had seen so far, a Pyramid Flygon. I already love Flygon normally, and this texture just looks amazing. Okay, next up, Heaven Eggs. These seem to be one of the more common kinds of textures on the server, as I learned when I threw one out and it matched my Meganium that I bought earlier. I opened these, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on all of them because they were all kind of the same. They're all the blue with the flower petals and stuff. But the one that I will talk about is I got a Mewtwo, a whole legendary Mewtwo, one of the most popular, maybe the most popular legendaries, and it was all blue and heaveny and stuff. I bet it would sell for a really high price, but it's a good time to mention that I did agree to not sell any of these Pokemon because I got them for free, and also it would kind of ruin the server's economy. Okay, I opened up the rest of the Heaven Eggs and I got an Ammonite, which is technically progress, but I already had the fossil for it, so it didn't matter. Next was Inferno Eggs, and these textures are about what you would expect. They're flaming versions of the Pokemon. I got a Moltres, which looked incredible. It was like a phoenix, and then I opened 5 more and I got Rhyperior, Tyranitar, and Aggron, all in a row, which of course joined the club of progress that barely mattered. But they look amazing, so it was fine. Okay, finally, TCG eggs. These were funny. They were just giant Pokemon cards with the actual 3D model of the Pokemon placed in the frame, and it was honestly one of the cooler, more creative things that I've seen. I got a bunch of different ones. They basically all look the same, but they were neat. All right, finally, I got down to my last 8 things to open, and these were the ones that I was the most excited for. Auras will give you a random Pokemon. You'll get a Pokemon that's completely random, and then you'll get 5 random auras you can choose from for that Pokemon. So let me just... oh. I won Fluttermane. That's an insanely good Pokemon, and I have to pick an aura for it. I'm gonna go luck. Oh, that was good because it's shiny. Holy! Holy! Okay, Okay, are all of these shiny? I bet these are all shiny because my Typhlosion is an Aura Pokemon and it's also shiny. Okay, so these are always going to be shiny. I need to remember that because I do know. Okay, this shiny is also green. Spore Aura would go hard. Pyukamuku with the... Look at... He's kind of slimy. That kind of works. Elekid? Oh, I didn't get an electric aura. I'm gonna go spell aura. Dang. I mean, it kind of works. There's an electric aura, though. I saw someone get a Magnezone with it before. Komala? Is there like a sleepy aura? I'm gonna go enchanted aura. Dude, this looks good. Shedinja? I'm gonna go Phantom Aura. Phantom Aura Shedinja. That's a good one. Wait, Phantom Aura might be like the GOAT. Give me like a good ghost type with that. Dratini! That's an incredibly big one that I did need. Bubble Aura Dratini, I think? Surely. Bubble Aura Dratini, surely. Oh, it's kind of splashy. I don't know if I like that. But I love Dratini and it's shiny. All right, 2 more of these. Pinsir. So this shiny is going to be blue. I'm going to go Soul Aura. That was perfect. That was good. That was a good one. That was a good... I already have Pinsir, but that's sick. Okay, I have one more key. What Pokemon would I love to get from this? Let me check my Pokedex. This is my final Aura key. Eevee. I would love to get an Eevee that I can then evolve. I want Eevee with an Ice Aura because Glaceon's my favorite Pokemon and I would love that. Yeah, give me an Eevee. Alomomola. Well, no one likes that guy. Spectral Aura. No one likes this guy. I don't like this Pokemon at all. That guy sucks. I was now free from opening crates. You know, first world problems, I guess. Back home on day 69, I added a few of those special textures to my base. Nice. All that crate opening did knock a few off the Pokedex, technically, but once again, in reality, it didn't. I still had to catch the basic form of everything anyways, so really it got me like 2 things. It was fun though. Then I just waited for my Aerodactyl to be done and claimed that, and then I put in the Skull Fossil to revive. Day 70, it was time to get serious. I needed over 100 more Pokemon, most of which were very rare. The first place that I wanted to go was a Dripstone Cave, because it had a lot of unique spawns that I hadn't gotten yet. I warped to one and found boats with Lunatone and Solrock, which I immediately caught both of. Then in this Amethyst area there, I found a Sableye, which was kinda hard to catch, but I managed. None of those were actually what I was here for though. The Pokemon that I wanted was Cleffa, which given all the boated Pokemon here taking up spawns, the Cleffa definitely would not be able to spawn. However, I checked the GTS and realized that that would not be my only option to make progress. Oh, wait. I feel weird about using the crates that I opened because, I was, given those by the owner or whatever. I feel weird using those for progress, right? But this guy I could just buy from the GTS. I'm just gonna buy this. Yeah, I bought that. That's Kangaskhan. How do you look? You look kind of funky. What is this, like a shadow Kangaskhan? I'm counting that. Holy! Yeah, at that point I hadn't decided if the crate Pokemon counted or not, but they definitely do. Okay, back to Cleffa. Because the Dripstone Caves here had all the spawns filled by boats, I decided to head to a magical biome at night, which is the only other way that Cleffa can spawn. Immediately I saw a Crobat, which I caught, so I wouldn't have to evolve my Golbat later. I ran around all night, but by day 71 I had not found a Cleffa. I did find this one platform with 2 boated Pichu, and they don't need 2 of them, so I just took one. Deciding to wait for nighttime before trying Cleffa again, I headed around and looked for different platforms that could spawn rare things that I needed, and instead I found a rare thing that I didn't need. Fuecoco? Bruh, I just got an ultra rare. I'm gonna catch this Fuecoco. That's actually just like so rare, but I don't need this starter. Okay, I really don't need this, but like I could probably trade it. All right, I could probably catch it now. Just stay in this ball. Come on, Fuecoco. Yeah? Yeah? Bang! Fuecoco! I tried to get some offers, but it seemed like nobody wanted to trade for Fuecoco right now, so I just spent that night looking for Cleffa. With 0 success, I shifted my focus on day 72 to Skarmory. It was the most common rare slot spawn in a mesa biome, which sounded pretty simple. There was also a unbelievably rare chance of finding a Smeargle here. It was like a 2% chance of the ultra rare spawn pool, which is already a 0.1% chance, so it was kinda unrealistic. And to no one's surprise, I got 0 luck with both those Pokemon that day. Day 73, I was hunting Skarmory until it started raining, so I had to do a swamp to try and get Mudkip. I don't know if I ever explained it, but basically Mudkip can spawn in the water normally, but during rain it can spawn on land, making it way easier to find. And that is when I got lucky, in a way. Cleffa, whoa, 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 that's not at all what I was here for. I was looking for a Mudkip. Okay, I need to catch you in a friend ball. I don't have a friend ball. I could just give you a bunch of berries later to give you happiness. Okay. Stay in. That's crazy. I was like looking at my mini map and just Cleffa is just right there. That's like really rare, I think. Stay in. Oh, dude. Now that was a Pokemon that I wanted, so that's kind of crazy to get it on accident. That's the rule of gaming though, right? Things get 10 times rarer whenever you actually want them. Day 74, I had my Cleffa, and I didn't have to hunt Skarmory because there was a player that was already in the mesa that would just let me know if they found one. So I headed to a warp for an ancient city. Here I could get Mawile, Spiritomb, and if I was super lucky, Rotom. Instantly I found a Mawile in a boat and I got that. And then... oh yes, Spiritomb. Oh, I was literally about to check what spawn rate Spiritomb had, and I found one. Oh, well, found is a strong word. I'm stealing this one. But nobody, you know, people, if it's not blocked in, it's fine, you know? Oh, wow, I got both of these really rare spawns immediately. Wow. Okay. We got both of them. Rotom was way more common in a woodland mansion, so I wasn't too worried about finding one right now. I did check the mansion for Rotom, and then I checked the nether for Charmander for a bit, and then I decided to go to a lush cave. There I could find Shuckle, and it was decently common. Despite that, it took all of day 75, but I did find a Shuckle hiding in the rafters of this lush cave. Day 76, I revisited my old habits and went back to the nether again. I just wanted to see if I could actually get Charmander, but after spending the entire day here looking at basalt deltas and stuff, I then saw something else. Yo, 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 yo. Bye. Shiny Chikorita only 10k, yo! Another starter down. Even though I already had Meganium, I did still need the Chikorita, so that was awesome. Also, yeah, Charmander was just gonna be a total pain, so I was just gonna save it for the end. Day 77, I started off pretty strong with a little exchange. A player on the server was trying to buy an Articuno, and I did have a Shadow one that I didn't really need. Pokegift, being Derm, 1. Okay, I gave it to them. I gave them Articuno. I want Tropius. Let's go. Let's go. I feel bad for the person that wanted Articuno, but this is a super rare Pokemon. It is unbelievably hard to find. A very rare spawn acquired. I also remembered playtime rewards at this point, and I had been playing for well over 24 hours, so I was able to get a random shiny Beartic, which was not a Pokemon that I needed, not a good shiny. It wasn't popular or good or anything, so nobody would buy it from me. It was kind of just unlucky. With the rest of day 77, I decided to try and build some of my own platforms. There were some Pokemon with really weird spawn conditions, like Grimer, who can spawn most often in an urban area with a lot of water. I tried to pair this with Aeron, a Pokemon that spawns near iron ore in mountain biomes. I got a Silk Touch pickaxe, mined a bunch of iron, and I was about to make my concrete for the urban area when... Bro, I had 3 of these spawn on me recently, but they all were, I couldn't find them, or they were terrible, so I just didn't bother. I didn't even like bother showing them, but look at this guy. Watch him kill himself. There he goes. Good game. What a stupid boss. I smoked that guy. Honestly, I would do this. You know, he's kind of just scared to fight me. He's afraid of me. Yeah, another very hard boss. Anyways, I made the concrete and then I went to a mountain biome to set this up. And I did set it up, but the actual spawn rates that resulted from it were pitiful. That's probably why others put theirs in the sky, yeah? Anyways, I had to approach these two from a different angle. Firstly, Aeron. I headed to a mountain platform that someone had already made and temporarily griefed it with some iron ore. And within moments, Aeron, there we go.
And a Laron? Wow. 2 more in the books. I headed for an ocean. I actually went to a frozen ocean because a Lapras is meant to be more common there, but I ended up getting a seal and dugong instead. Yeah, because a Lapras was in fact not common at all, so I went to a different ocean that was easier to work with. And the ocean was also bad for Grimer, I guess. I really did not understand these spawns as much as I thought I did, apparently. Proven even more when I went back to a swamp where Grimer can already spawn, and I tried to use the concrete to like increase the spawn rate, I guess, but it didn't even matter. Grimer! Oh! I did all this and it decreased your spawn? Stay in the quick ball, dude. Whatever. I don't care. You're done. You're in the decks, dude. Stay. Don't like break out and kill yourself, please. Thank you. Okay. At least I got it, right? Back home, I grabbed my Cranidos and then I started the next fossil. Day 80, I wanted to work on Farfetch'd. This Pokemon only spawned next to medicinal leek plants. It was a common spawn, but in places with tons of common Pokemon, it would be pretty difficult to get. So I went to this platform with urban spawns. Basically, it was built above an ocean because oceans don't have a lot of other land spawns, so it was perfect to maximize my Farfetch'd chance. I built a few little spots with the medicinal leeks and I just waited, and it wasn't really working. And it started raining, so I just gave up and went to look for Mudkip, and didn't get it. I tried to get Farfetch'd too, but nope. I decided to pause going for Farfetch'd and then try to go for Porygon, because it was also a problem. Because, similar to Farfetch'd with the leeks, Porygon can only spawn next to PCs. So I spent the rest of night 81 making as many of those as possible. Until I decided to actually ask the people on the server, and I learned there's already a platform dedicated to Porygon, so I just wasted all that time. Nice. I went to it and literally got a Porygon spawn instantly and caught it. Day 82, I went to this warp with a medicinal leek farm to try and find Farfetch'd. And I may not have found Farfetch'd, but I did find a different bird. What the? Bruh. That's rare? Oh no, that could have been so many things anywhere else but here. Oh. That's the second ultra rare I found. I think I've almost found more ultra rares that I don't need than ones that I do need. Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, another for potential trades later, I guess. Also, yeah, this farm wasn't exactly good for getting Farfetch'd, so I wanted to just set up my own huge area of medicinal leeks. First, I grabbed my Lilip from the fossil machine. Then I went and started clearing an area for this, and saw another ultra rare spawn, a Ditto. My luck at getting everything I don't need is astounding. By day 83, my field of medicinal leeks was done, and immediately my efforts paid off. Yes! Yes! Oh my god, yes. The amount of effort this common spawn took me to get. Jesus. Bang! Okay. It might have been a common spawn, but it was anything but common to actually get one of those without putting in the work. I then spent the rest of that night in a taiga hunting for a Sneasel. It was a less common spawn during the day, so I dedicated day 84 to Smoochum. It was an urban spawn in freezing biomes, so I just set up a bunch of the concrete that I had left over. And then I learned that Smoochum is actually way rarer at night. So it kind of worked out. I went back to a taiga biome, and within minutes, I found my Sneasel and I caught it. And apparently it was one of my hunts, so I got money for it. Because it was still nighttime, I was trying to figure out the best place to hunt Riolu because I would also need one of those when Derm the Legend stepped up to the plate again. Wait, they know where a Riolu is? Oh, they requested a teleport? TP accept, hello? Yo, my goat. Let's go, Riolu down. Let's go, that's such a good, oh my god. That's such a rare one. Where the heck am I? That's such a rare one, okay. Derm's the goat, holy. With that very rare Pokemon caught, I decided to spend the nighttime going after a Nincada. This Pokemon was very irrelevant, all things considered, but to get it, you had to specifically go to a jungle or forest biome and be between Y32 and 64, which was really difficult because the server has custom biomes, and that includes cave biomes, like Andesite Cave and Diorite Cave, meaning it was no longer a forest or a jungle, and then Nincada couldn't spawn. Regardless, I did not get it that night, and quite literally nothing happened on day 86. I just searched for Smoochum and Mudkip with 0 luck. But on day 87, I got another EV fairly early into the day, and then nothing else for the rest of it. Day 88, I finally made some more progress with a Minun. Later in the day, I was looking for Skarmory again when I found a Baltoy, which I kind of forgot existed, so I'm glad that I found it on accident.
All right, day 89, I was getting dangerously close to day 100 with a ton of Pokemon remaining. I quickly grabbed the Shieldon from the fossil machine and then put in the Helix fossil, and now I wanted to do a global hunt. These were hunts that the entire server can participate in, and the expert difficulty one only needed 8 more Basculin to complete. Once that was done, as long as I caught enough for the hunt, I would get tons of rewards, including 3 random Pokemon, which, as proven, could be what I need. Basculin also has the same spawn conditions as Mudkip, so it could give me that too. Well, not quite the same, I guess, because apparently Basculin spawns are based on the moon cycle, so on this particular day, it just couldn't spawn at all. So instead, I headed for a deep ocean which had a bunch of easy Pokemon that I hadn't caught yet. I even built a little house underwater that I can get air in and teleport back to. And then I swam around for a while with nothing. Nothing for the Pokedex anyways. Oh my god, brother! Check it. Boom. And my luck didn't stop there. Relicanth! Oh, this is rare. It's like not supposed to spawn here. It's like you're just not supposed to spawn here. Wow, you are big. Stay in that, please. I need to get out of the water. I'm drowning to death. Is it day 90? The battle was flight, but you're gonna stay in the ball, right? You're gonna stay in the ball? Bang! Relicanth! That's a second shiny and a rare Pokemon down. On day 90, Basculin could spawn again, and it was raining anyways for a higher Mudkip chance, so I went back to the swamp. And I found a Ditto. Literally so close to a Mudkip, it kinda hurts. A few more Basculin later, it was time. Done! Got him! Got him! Global hunt done! It only gave me 1 Pokemon. What? It said 3. I guess it only gives 1. It lied to me. That's false advertising, but okay, I guess. Yeah, so that was disappointing, but at least I got money. What wasn't disappointing was getting a Clam Pearl at the end of night 90. One step closer to actually pulling this off. And not really gonna call it day 91 yet, but I logged in a few hours later and instantly, I just logged in. This is not day 91 yet, by the way. I've not gotten there yet. I logged in during the middle of the night. That doesn't count. But this guy just showed me a Feebas. I typed in chat, I'm like, hey, is there a good spot to get Feebas? And this guy's like, yeah. Teleport to me. And I'm like, bet. I teleport to him? There's just a Feebas. And this spawned when I got here. It wasn't even here yet. Like, my God. Stay in. Bang, Feebas. Yeah, that was one that I was really worried about, and now it's just done. The morning of day 91, I did a wonder trade, and I got nothing really. And then I started checking the warps for Pokemon that I needed, and the first one that I checked had a boated Lickitung, which I caught. Then I was looking for a Skarmory in a desert when I found a Love Disc in the warm water nearby, and I caught it. Since Skarmory can only spawn during the day, I went ahead and used that night to try and find a Tatsugiri that I boated forever ago for one of my hunts. And I did find it just took ages. I caught it the next morning, and I got a Cleffa, which I did not need anymore. And then I went back for Smoochum. This concrete area that I had was not ideal for it, honestly, but I could make something better. I teleported to this cold village that I found in the resource world and instantly found an Eevee, by the way. I caught that, and now for Smoochum. Basically, Smoochum can spawn in villages or urban zones, but urban zones just meant concrete nearby. So, by placing concrete in the village, it doubled Smoochum's effective spawn rate. I tried to test that, but unfortunately, it had just become nighttime in the resource world, making Smoochum way rarer. But it's fine, because a second Eevee spawned instead. I literally only needed 1 more Eevee, and that's insane, because it's not even that common. I placed the rest of my concrete around, and then I went back to the main world, where it was still daylight. Because yeah, those 2 worlds have different day and night cycles, and it was still very much so day 92, don't worry. And I spent the rest of that day clearing an area below a jungle to try and get a spot for Nincada to spawn. On day 93, I finally remembered that there are Pokedex rewards. I was over 30% of the overall Pokedex, and I was able to claim tons of money and a free shiny Togepi. Then I went back for Smoochum, and yeah, the spawn rate was crazy high with the concrete plus village overlap. And I spent the rest of the day looking for Smoochum and Skarmory and Nincada, but no luck. However, while looking for Smoochum, I saw Derm, the person that helped me with a ton already, get a shiny Charmander from Wonder Trade. Like, the Pokemon that I had easily put the most time into hunting, and I could have just Wonder Traded and got a shiny one. It was so close to mine. But they did tell me I could make an offer for it later, which I was nearly
ready to start doing because there was just no chance that I get the rest of these Pokemon on my own. And yeah, on day 94, I was basically out of time. I had to build a team capable of winning a battle, and I still had 20 species of Pokemon to get that I couldn't get by evolving. I decided to give it one more day of hunting to try and catch some of the ones that weren't that rare. Firstly, my hard hunt was a Happiny, and I just so happened to see one in a boat before, so I went to get that. But instead, I saw that there were 2 boated Eevees there, and I caught one. And that was the last Eevee I needed too. Then I went over and I caught the Happiny. All right, now give me a starter. Infern, that's not, like, yes, that's a starter. Yes, it, like, well, I should have been more clear, I guess. Next, I decided to actually check the Woodland Mansion. If a rare Pokemon spawned, it was guaranteed to be Rotom, which was one of the last that I needed. Wait, is that it? Wait, whoa, 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 whoa. Wait, there's Rotom, there's actually, wait, I've been here so many times and there's never been a Rotom. I've checked so much. Wait, was this pre-spawn? Was it like spawn before I got here? I'm sorry to whoever, I'm gonna break this afterwards. Now, this is not that rare of a spawn, but I just haven't been able to get one. Come on, let's go. Rotom got. Then I literally picked a random rare Pokemon from my list and asked in chat if anyone had one. And they did. Ember in chat had a boated Bagon, which I instantly went and caught. For a final push, this was actually going shockingly well. My luck didn't really stop there either when I went to go hunt for Lapras. An ultra rare? Okay, I'm gonna take you for the law of equivalent exchange. I can trade you for a different starter later, surely. That's dude, my luck today? Off the charts, bonkers, insane. Like, I'm looking for a Lapras, which spawns on the water surface. I'm like, and I see this on my map. Like, what? I would have missed this if not for the map resource pack, by the way. Bang, Piplup got. Like, yeah, I didn't need it, but I could maybe use it for bargaining or something. That night, I also did a wonder trade and I got a Pikachu, which I already had Pichu, but it saves me an evolution, I guess. And that was unfortunately the last one that I could get. Day 95 came and I was out of time to catch anything else on my own. I claimed my Ammonite, which I may have forgotten that I already had one from a crate earlier, but I did still have to evolve it. And speaking of, I evolved everything else as well. Before evolving, I was at 340 Pokemon, and after evolving every single thing that I had in the PC to get as much of the Gen 1 through 4 decks as I could, I was at 384. It was definitely a bit shy of 412. But I wasn't done yet, of course. It was now time for me to start buying and trading for everything else. Instantly in the GTS, I saw a textured Smoochum. I bought that and I evolved it into Jinx. Day 96, I was ready to start asking around and buying Pokemon until I hopefully had them all. And my secret weapon here was these tokens. Tokens on this server can be used to change your Pokemon's stats or abilities to get them perfect for competitive. So as you can imagine, they're very valuable and sought after, and I had a ton of them built up. The most hardcore players never had enough, so by offering these, I could surely give them an offer that they couldn't refuse. My first purchase didn't even need to break those out yet. Derm the Goat sold me a Hitmontop for $5,000. Then a player named Skinny let me buy a Skarmory and Lapras for $10,000 each, still not even breaking into the token stash. However, the next exchange changed that. A massive 500 of my 8,000 tokens for a Smeargle, which they gave to somebody else on accident, but it's fine, they gave it back. I mentioned how rare Smeargle was before. It's one of the rarest Pokemon in the game. I wasn't even sure someone would have one for me to buy, but I'm very glad that they did. For the record, each token on this server is valued at 300 of the normal in-game currency, so that was basically a $150,000 Smeargle, but it was worth it. Day 97, I was trying to find deals for the more common stuff that I had left, and I managed to buy a Wailmer and then evolve it into a Wailord. Also, yeah, once again, it was from Derm, and I know they have a helper rank or whatever, but they're not like cheating for me, okay? They just happen to have all this stuff. While waiting for more people to respond, I actually found an Nincada in a forest cave. I didn't really expect to catch anything else myself at this point, but miracles do happen. Speaking of miracles, just a bit later, I got a crazy deal for a Trico, Torchic, and Mudkip, all for 300 tokens each. I evolved those through Grovyle, Sceptile, Marshtomp, Swampert, and Combuskin. Then someone clutched up with a Dunsparce, which is actually really hard to get. It's like a rare spawn in a dripstone cave, which is just never happening in my lifetime. Another deal came in for Delibird.
300 tokens and I got this endangered bird. Because yeah, right now he was actually bugged and not spawning on the server, so it was very hard to get my hands on this guy, but we got him. At the end of day 97, I managed to buy a dome fossil, which I started reviving immediately. Day 98, someone let me catch their boated Tyrogue, which I went and bought some items for to increase the defense stat, which allowed it to evolve into a Hitmonchan. Then, at the end of that day, someone mentioned they had a Larvitar in a boat. Look at this thing. Oh, it's so rare. It's so rare. Let's go. I got it. Woohoo! Larvitar is ready to evolve, and then boom, Kabutops is also done. With that massive progress, I only needed 4 more Pokemon to reach my goal, and I knew just the person to go to. I just messaged Derm. This person has been helping a lot. They had a shiny Charmander before and a shiny Bulbasaur they offered me. I did not take them at the time, but I'm kind of down for it now. It's my last ones. Okay, we got a deal. We got a deal. Okay, well, no, we'll potentially. I'm gonna cook up an offer. What can I offer? I'll do this one. Shiny Meganium? Fish Pokemon? I have the shiny Shelter I caught. I think this is a good offer. Because I think Charmander is an above average shiny. Let's go. Let's go. Pay being Derm? 500? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? I might have had to part ways with some of my shiny Pokemon, but it was so worth it for the things that I got in return. My challenge was complete. All non-legendary Pokemon from generations 1 through 4 were now mine. And it was about time for the final goal. I had to build a team and attempt a gym battle. For my team, I was only letting myself use the Pokemon that were within my rules, meaning no legendaries and no Pokemon beyond Gen 4. I decided on Empoleon, Breloom, Togekiss, Gengar, Scizor, and Flygon. One of them was my starter. The Scizor I had been using all 100 days to catch Pokemon. The Flygon was an amazing special texture, and the other 3 were just really good Pokemon that I wanted to use. I went to a shop and spent a bunch of money on vitamins to train my stats, these mint leaves to change my natures, and then I went home and used all the stuff that I bought to give my Pokemon the stats that I wanted. After that, I leveled them to 100, figured out their movesets, gave them some health items, then finally I used all the tokens that I had left over to change their abilities and increase their stats as much as I could. On day 100, it was time for a gym battle. The server had 2 different gym leagues. The Dusk League, which had gym leaders that used a certain type of Pokemon, or the Gens League, which had gym leaders that used Pokemon from a certain generation. I decided to go with a gym leader from the Gens League, because it allowed the opponent to have a more balanced team, and then I could use all of my Pokemon to their fullest. The one that I chose was the Gen 5 gym, because I got all the Gen 1 through 4 Pokemon, and I wanted to fight some stuff that I didn't even have the option to use. And when I asked about it, I was even told that this was their strongest gym leader on the server, which I thought would be a fun challenge. I wasn't really confident in winning, but I could try. I waited for the gym leader to be online and I headed to their gym to challenge them. They led Jellicent. Okay, this is a bad lead for me. I'm gonna U-turn. If they go for Trick Room, that would be terrible, but there's just no way, right? I'm gonna go Breloom. Might be a little bit of a generic choice, but I think it should work, maybe? They used Will-O-Wisp, they burned Breloom. That's not the biggest deal. I'm gonna Leech Seed whatever they go into, because they're not gonna stay in, there's no way. Oh, they stayed in. Well, I'll take some health, some healing. Hex. Holy damage! Breloom's main purpose in life is to get rid of this Jellicent. I'm gonna Bullet Seed. They swap now into what? Reuniclus? This should do good damage. Okay, I hit. How many times did I hit? 4 times? Only did 23%. Because they have leftovers. You can only sleep 1 thing per team. It's a competitive Pokemon rule. They're gonna probably either Trick Room or kill me. I'm just gonna Spore. Because if they Trick Room, it's really bad for me. Because Trick Room makes the slowest Pokemon go first, and my team's kind of fast. All right, they're gonna be asleep. I'm gonna switch into... I'm gonna go Flygon. Flygon has the best chance to deal with Volcarona if they switch into it. They did? Switch? I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Now I have 2 options here. I think they're gonna either Quiver Dance or Fiery Dance. Probably Quiver Dance. Earthquake. I hope they go for Quiver Dance again. 6, no! No! But notably, I was faster. I was faster. They need this for my Scizor. Okay, I'm actually like kind of shaking right now. They could switch, and if they did switch into an Earthquake, it would probably be, I don't know, they don't really have a ground immunity. I'm gonna Outrage. Wait, they're faster now. Well, that's bad. Gengar. I don't like doing this, but if I Destiny Bond right now, this Volcarona dies. My Gengar also dies. They're gonna probably use Fiery Dance. Gengar's goal in life is to kill this thing. Destiny Bond. I don't want to reveal this if it doesn't work. All right, Volcarona down. That was my only chance to kill it. Okay, that was stressful. Right now they have Jellicent, Crocodile, Kyurem. They don't have a good solution to Scizor now. I'm gonna go into Scizor. This is like almost a free switch in. Unless they have Intimidates, which they don't. I don't think an Earthquake kills me. A Bug Bite into Bullet Punch does kill them. But then their Conkeldur's Mach Punch kills me, and I need this thing very badly. There's honestly no reason for me to not go Togekiss here, so I'm just gonna switch out. I'm not gonna stay into Scizor. I need it for the entire team. It's so good in this battle. I'm gonna Dazzling Gleam. They switch into what? Jellicent? That did so much damage. Okay, I'm gonna go for a play here. I have Serene Grace, so Air Slash is a higher chance to flinch. One flinch is all I needed. Do it again. And there we go. Jellicent is no longer a threat. Dazzling Gleam. And Jellicent is out of the battle. That was a huge threat because they burned my Breloom. I'm gonna bet their Crocodile was choice scarfed maybe into knockoff. This is my Crocodile answer though. So I'm gonna go for Air Slash. They have Thunderfang. I live one. And I do over half. That's honestly fine. I'm gonna get rid of Breloom. Goodbye, Breloom. Goodbye. Adios. See you later. I don't need Breloom anymore. Jellicent is dead, and that's all it was really important for. Moxie activated. I think it's gonna be stuck into Thunderfang. So I'm gonna go into Scizor and Bullet Punch, which kills. Let's go. Crocodile down. And they go Conkeldurr here. Exactly what I expected. Empoleon is not needed for the last Pokemon. I'm gonna go into Empoleon now. Yeah, take it. I don't care. Take it with you. But if you think I'm not gonna get one last move off, you're insane. You're gonna use Mach Punch? I have Vacuum Wave, buddy. Give me my 16%. Wait, you used knockoff? Well, if I'd known that, I would have scalded. Why did you not? Do they not have Mach Punch? Because if so, I do this switch. No matter what, I Dazzling Gleam here. Because if they go into Kyurem, I hit it for super effective. If they go into Reuniclus, it's asleep. I killed it. Conkeldurr down. That was a huge threat. And these both lose to Scizor. I'm gonna Air Slash flinch them to death. I don't care. Psychic Noise? Well, I'm gonna go into Scizor now, and this should, I think, be wrapped, because I'm faster than they are. So I can go for Bug Bite and just kill Reuniclus outright. I should have done this forever ago, but honestly, it's fine. They're gonna go to their upside down Bitterbone Kyurem, and it all comes down to if I kill with 2 Bullet Punches. Bullet Punch? Come on. Do they kill me? They don't kill me with Flash Cannon? Why'd they go for Flash Cannon? Bullet Punch? Good game. And I actually beat the gym. Let's go. With that down to the wire victory, I had accomplished most of my goals. Catching a legendary on the server was very hard. Honestly, all my side goals were. I'm kind of just that good for getting 2 of 3 done, you know? Anyways, I won. I won the gym battle. I headed home and put my badge on display, and now my journey on this server had reached its conclusion.